Hi, Stitchers.
Hi, I'm Keisha.
I'm Laura. Welcome to the Pattern Queens episode 103.
Woo-hoo.
Today is Sunday, October 23rd, and this is a channel about cross stitch.
And friendship and rambles and lots of shenanigans and telling your filming partner that you're going to actually be a little bit early today and then coming in right on time.
That's okay. Gave me plenty of time to set up, get everything ready, so the back end will go more smoothly for me today. So that'll be good. So do you want to tell us what's been going on with you?
Oh, well, today I learned that James, my 2-year-old, is very good at matching games. We have a game on the tablet, and he was able to tell me where all of the different shapes went. So I
Awesome.
was really impressed. I didn't know that he had that particular skill, but that's probably the most thrilling thing that's happening in my life right now. Not too exciting over here. How about you?
Well, my excitement for the week is that I went to the doctor and got some meds. And so we're going to hope that I get rid of this cough because it is a beast.
Right.
And the other big thing is that we had kind of a working trip yesterday, and Keisha came along with us, and we went to Cecilia's in Branson. So
And we
that,
got good Mexican
yes.
food.
So that leads us into, oh, wait, we want to do finishes first,
Yeah,
right?
you're gonna skip right over my finish. That's okay. It's just whenever with us. So I actually did have a finish this week. I finished up Spooky Cage from Mill Hill. And here it is.
It's so pretty.
It's really pretty in person. This back stitch was a beast. Like there were so many little back stitches in there. You can see all of it. It was a lot. And then just a little bead on top with some floss and some beads there. It keeps slipping down, but
It'll
that
work.
is, yes. This is finish number 11 for me this year.
Woo! You're doing so good.
Thank you.
Okay, so now that leads us into haul, right?
Yes.
Stash.
So do you want me to go first with mine or do you want to go
You
first?
bet. You go ahead. I know what you're
Okay.
gonna hold up, so I'm getting something ready.
Okay. So the first thing that we got, mine is still sealed in the bag. We got our floss for our berry bowl sampler that we're gonna start in 2023. And those colors are just beautiful.
They are so pretty. There's
I'm
so
really,
many fun ones in here.
yes, I'm so excited for this project, but mine is staying sealed in a staple bag until January so that oh so that nobody gets into them and looks at the pretty floss and takes them into his bedroom.
And make a little noise. There we go. Now I'm done.
The next thing I got a piece of 40 count putty from Weeks Dye Works, and I think this is what I'm going to put our Autumn Town from Autumn Lane on, and it's just barely gonna fit with 1.5-inch margins, but it'll be fine. So it's kind of it's not showing up real well on here. It's kind of a greenish, yellowish, brownish,
Mm-hmm.
which I think will be good because what has stuck with me is whenever we were at Galleria, Aaron, the designer for Autumn Lane, said that he put it on fabric that looked like dying grass because the grass dies off in the fall. So that's kind of what I went with there. And it was on clearance, so I picked it up and was like, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got a couple more things. I bought Teddy's tail from
So
Mill Hill because I can't leave an LNS without buying a Mill Hill, even though I just bought 500 Mill Hills. And my mom really likes bears, so I think I'm gonna stitch this for her. And then I also got Bent Creek Snowman of Snowflakes.
that's such a fun series.
Yes, and he's just so cute, and it came with the fabric and all the pearl cottons and stuff in there. So I'm excited to stitch him. I really like I really like those. I've only stitched one, but I really liked stitching it, so I'm excited. And then I bought Autumn Alphabet from the Scarlet House, which is just a really simple fall piece. And then I bought the flosses. It only calls for 4 flosses. So those are what I purchased. They're all the called for except for this one here, the orange. I got Pumpkin Pie from Jimmel Art. It's a little bit brighter than what's charted. It's charted in nutmeg. And actually they didn't have any nutmeg there. So I just picked up an orange that I liked. And then I got some other floss for some different things, but nothing too exciting.
We got pretty flosses for our Autumn Lane piece.
Yes.
Keisha got some that are similar to this, and then we were still looking. It calls for a couple Glorianas, and one of them we really need to just get.
Right, because it's we couldn't find anything similar. We looked through everything. So but yeah, that's it. It was a good haul day. I'm excited about all of those things.
Except, do you have your bag?
Oh yeah, I did. I brought my bag in here. So they gave us these big bags, and I guess Laura already had one, so she got a different one.
So I got a different big bag. Oh,
yes.
And the strap is like all around.
And it's so fun because this is just like the shopping bag they give you. And I also got this coffee mug, which is green and purple, so it's perfect for us.
It is.
We also got a really fun magnet that has a paper clip on it. Notice that I don't have mine in here. It has already been taken from me.
So those were fun extras from them.
Yes, so very
cool. I also got a friction highlighter. You can erase this afterwards if you need to. And I got this beautiful pair of scissors, which it was quite the ordeal to get a pair of scissors because I had to figure out with my arthritis what my fingers would fit comfortably in, and which ones, like there were some really cute ones with these huge handles, and I thought, well, that'll be perfect. No, the handles were so big that I couldn't get my fingers in there right. So, and Keisha got to try all the scissors with me too.
I double checked.
Yeah. So then I just bought a couple patterns. I got Good Tidings from Jeanette Douglas.
So cute.
It's really pretty one. And then from Waxing Moon Designs, I got Autumn Blessings. And I really think I'll probably just pull some floss from my stash and do this. Yeah. I may change the center color. We'll see. And I got from Fortnite Fabrics, Katie and I are going to share this piece of fabric. I hope it shows up for you guys. It's called Pompous. So we'll each get a 1/4 yard of this. It is so pretty. And then we also got, trying to decide where I'm putting everything. There we go. This is called Cosmic Platinum 32 count linen from Dames of the Needle. You can kind of see the splotches.
Yeah.
The other side has more. I mean, it just has some like splotches and spots, and is going to be kind of a great antique sampler looking piece. That's what I think.
I think so too.
We'll see what I decide to put on that. It just, it was so pretty. It was funny because I, of course, found the purple fabric, and Kate found this, and we each decided we needed to have the other's fabric too. Then I have, in the last couple of weeks, gotten some things. I had gotten, I showed you guys all of these, except that I couldn't find my last set of rainbow ones. They had dropped. But look how pretty these are.
Those are so pretty.
These are from Ginger Stitch AU, and they are just, each color is just the clear acrylic, but they're really gorgeous. So that's the rainbow set. And then from Crafty Cat Stitcher, she has an Etsy shop. She always sends you a cute cat needle minder.
Oh,
And
well, that's great.
yeah, they're always different, so it's fun. I really should tell Vicky, right?
Mhm.
I love the thread jewelry that she does. Mine got looped together there. So I got, turn around, this pretty one. And it has a big key and the little green gem. And then I also got, oh good, this one's set up like this. This really pretty
Ooh,
blue.
that's pretty.
And it has a bird and a little blue gem. There you go.
So pretty.
So she really does pretty things. She has some other things on there. She has some scissor fobs and I can't even tell you what all else. Sometimes she does, I have a cute little bag that she made at one point. Sometimes her husband will have made scissor holders that you can buy. So she has an Etsy shop. Go check her out. She does great stuff and she gets it out really quickly. And the last little bit I'm going to show you here. Oops. Okay, that's the bag from that. Move it out of the way. The last thing I got is my floss of the month. Now, Keisha and I were talking about this. All their floss is beautiful. But this is September, which, you know, this probably is September in Australia. It definitely does not give me a fall vibe, but look at
Right.
those colors.
It's so pretty, but
It
it
is,
definitely feels like summer.
oh, it's so funny. But, you know, they're just moving into their warmer weather. So absolutely, that makes sense. I'm so happy I'm getting these. So these, I'm getting all of the standard colors. So I will
Yeah,
just keep,
it's for you, right?
yes. So that will be really awesome. I'll put those on a ring and just have a collection of all the pretty colors.
Yes.
So that was all of the stuff that I had to have.
Well, it's good stuff.
I didn't feel like I went too overboard yesterday at the shop.
Right.
And then we went to the Mexican restaurant, and it's a more authentic style restaurant. And
Mhm.
I had sopes, which I've never had before. So they made these little masa bowls, and I chose grilled steak. And so it had refried beans and grilled steak and tomatoes and lettuce and cheese, tortilla cheese. Oh,
Yes.
so good.
Yeah, and I had some enchiladas filled with queso fresco, and then like a piece of steak to cut up and eat with it. Ah, so good. I love it when we go there.
Yes. It's just kind of fun. And I'm a gluten sensitive person, and they absolutely have everything clearly marked. And I know that they're handling things in a safe manner. They always are letting me know that it's, you know, it's gluten free. So
Right. Right. Yeah, it's nice. That's
Katie
okay.
Landis was with us too.
Oh yes. Take your drinks if you got them.
So that moves us into whips.
All right. So I've been working a lot on just the same things that I've been working on this month because I'm trying to get to 13 finishes this month for 13 Stitches of Halloween, hosted by Stitching Goddess Designs, our friend Athena.
Mhm.
Um, I'm trying to start and finish 3 Halloween things this month. So I've already finished one, that was Spooky Cage. Then I've been working on Halloween Tiny Town from Heart and Hand. And this is going so well. So this is on a piece of 36 count vintage country mocha. And I'm doing it with the DMC conversion that's suggested in the chart. And here's where I am. So here's the whole thing. And I stitched from that banner that says boo all the way over this week.
It is so cute, you guys. I think it shows up bigger on camera than it really is.
Yeah, so
On that 36 count, it is tiny.
so if you know what size an ornament mill hill is, here's the packaging that it comes in. So it's really small, but
It is
I
so
really,
cute.
Thank you. I really, really like this a lot. And there are a couple of buttons that I need to put on there, but I'm not putting the buttons on until the end. So I still, and I'll finish this week. I only have this pumpkin and this tree with the bat and the moon.
Wow.
So I am almost there. I'll finish that in the next couple of days. I'm really excited about it.
And that is called the magic of Keisha's planning.
Right. So basically what I did at the beginning of the month, just so that you guys know. So I went through and I counted up how many stitches were in each of the things. So, you know, the tree, each of the houses, the trees, so on and so forth. And then I had a total stitch count. I divided the stitch count by the number of weeks that I had. So I did 4 weeks just to give myself like a little bit of extra time. And then was like, okay, I need to finish these things this week, these things this week, these things this week. And that's how I usually approach model stitching. But it's really helped me push through on this. And I was thinking, why don't I just do that with all of my stitching? And then I realized that stitching that regimented burns me out quickly. So I probably don't want to do that all the time. But
it's great that you have that as a resource for times like this where you want a month where you do
where you
specific
finish.
goals.
Well, and then I started Eyeball Martini from Mill Hill. And I kind of, these are like 1,200, 1,300 stitches. So I figured with the rest of the month, I needed to do 80 stitches a day. So that's my goal on this. Where I've got so far. So you can see the little eyeballs.
That is so funny.
I know, it's so funny. Well, and then there's a little olive skewer that goes through the eyeballs. It's just so silly. I actually bought this at Cecilia's when I went for Mother's Day. So that's where I am on it. So this should be finished by the end of the week too, or fingers crossed, hoping for it. I do have another Halloween thing that I'm going to start if I finish that. If I finish my goals on time.
Awesome.
So then the last thing I stitched was a Halloween wreath from the Frosted Pumpkin. And this is just the first part of it. And this is on a piece of 28 count pewter from Picture This Plus. And this one, I'm not meeting my goals as well because I've really been focusing on those finishes. But I have the roof done and I have the windows outlined. So I've still got quite a bit of stitching left to do on this.
Now, is that the fabric it calls for, or did you choose the...
Yeah, so this is, I bought actually the full kit from them. So this is the count that they called for. They also had some Ada kits that you could buy, but this is the called for linen. So, and it's a big square because eventually you finish it into a pillow. So, anyway, the next part of that comes out on November 7th. So I have until November 7th to get that first part done before the second part comes out.
So you kind of have an extra week after the end of October where you're trying to meet the other goals.
Right. So that's why I've kind of let this slack behind a little bit while I've been focusing on the other things. But that's it. That's all the stuff I worked on.
That was a lot for the week.
Right.
Okay, well, I am continuing on with my 13 Stitches of Halloween. And yes, on Flosstube, it is Stitching Goddess Designs. On Instagram, I think it's Athena Acctgforstitches. But if you use that hashtag, it's the number 13 Stitches of Halloween, then you will be right in there with us. So last Sunday, I worked on a Halloween sampler one from, I always have to look at this, Homespun Elegance. And I just suddenly started moving along. I only had this E and part of this moon, like a couple of rows, and I did the rest of it in one day. Look at the little pumpkin. He doesn't have a face yet, but so funny. And then I need to put these up as I go. This one is in the Love You More bag from where Katie found some tulip pink fabric. Do you see the deer?
Yes, so fun.
I love this one. It's so pretty. And I did get a skein of onyx to go in here. because it was the one color I was missing. Then next I worked on Hares Halloween from Plum Street Samplers. This one, what has been holding me back, I decided as I sat here one night looking at it, is that the chart, okay, so it's printed on the inside of this. There's no white. So it's this creamy color. And some of the symbols are very light. So it's really hard to see. And I thought, why am I struggling with this? Keisha does everything on her phone. I am going to take a picture. And I did. And I made great progress. I finished the wing and the little halo and did all of the mama.
Love that.
Have to obviously do her skin, her other hand over here. And there's a broomstick through here. And then there'll be one more kid, just a little bit of other stuff that goes in there. But it was so quick once I took a picture and stopped struggling with the pattern.
Right. So even whenever I have paper patterns, I take a picture of it on my phone, and then I usually put it into iBooks or something like that. And then you can zoom in, and then you don't have to carry your pattern around and worry about damaging it. So
Well, it
that's
was great.
yeah,
So,
because sometimes it gets small.
and this I have in a Love You More sleeve that was, it says, it's just a bunch of hocus pocus. We did a hocus pocus box on Love You More a few years ago. Did you get this one?
I didn't get it.
Okay. So I loved this. Katie designed the black flame candle and we ironed it on to this fun fabric. So we have a couple of boxes that we did there that were just fun things. Then next I worked on Ichabod Seabury. And this one is from the Primitive Needle. And it's really fun. I love how it's going to turn out. But the thing with it is that you stitch all the words and then you have to go back and you have to put a box around them in black. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, I did a lot. I did the box, finished the box on Reader. I did the box around Star. I stitched these two white words and I did all of the black around these.
Wow.
It was a lot.
Yes.
And I was so happy to have gotten that much done. So I wanted to keep going, but I'm like, oh, the cool thing is that I've gotten up into this line.
Right.
And I only have this line. I have some of the border left around this top, and then the moon and stars.
Wow. So you've got a couple of things that are pretty close to being finished this week.
I won't go back to these, but unless I have time, but I have some other plans. Then the last thing I worked on, and I worked on this Friday and yesterday. I'm working on, this says part 3. I'm just showing you part 3 because it has the whole thing. But this is Very Scary from Lizzie Kate. I already had part 1 done, which goes down to here. And I had the first 2 rows, and I think the word go. Oh, and the little bird. But
Wow.
I got all of that. So all that's left is to finish this row of leaves. Then there is a checkerboard border that goes across, and then the satin stitches inside this. It will look like this. They alternate borders on this.
Oh, interesting.
And it's a fun piece. It's pretty easy to stitch. I will say this is on another piece of Wexford linen. And it's one that I might consider restarting if I weren't so far along.
Right.
Because we know I didn't like how that felt. So that is it for my whips.
Wow. Great progress this week.
Yeah, we've had some good stuff.
Yeah, but it's funny because I text you on. Oh, I love that
The Autumn
bag.
Lane bag.
I text Laura on Monday and I'm like, oh man, I had such great progress this week or today. And then she's like, I barely had any progress. And then was it Friday or Thursday you text me like, I had such a big day. I'm like, I barely stitched today. So we're just flip-flopping.
I had a day where by the time I made it home from school, I was so exhausted that I didn't do another thing. And so I had only stitched about 25 stitches for the day. So what are your plans for the week?
Well, my plans for the week are to finish Eyeball Martini and finish Halloween Tiny Town. And then I'm probably going to work on Halloween Wreath some more. And then as a treat, I'm going to work on Close Your Ears if you haven't gotten the treat box from Black Needle Society yet. There was a pattern in there. I might start that pattern as a treat to myself. I won't show it just in case no one's gotten it. I will show it next week though if I start it, but I'll give you plenty of spoiler warnings. So.
Fun. So that's the one you were telling us you might start, huh?
Yep. That will be my reward to myself. I have a couple of things that I could start, but I really, really like that one. And I got the floss. I know what fabric I'm going to use, so I will start that if I get everything done.
Awesome.
What are your plans?
Well, I was pulling this out. I have up today is Halloween Fairy. I'm debating if I'm going to stitch all of the webs and things down here.
Oh, right.
I may just do pumpkins. I will see. Because my pumpkins are going to be white, by the way, because this is my fabric.
Ooh, I love that.
And I just kind of feel like she's the star of this whole thing. I may finish her and decide she doesn't need another thing and just let her be on this.
Yeah, I mean, it's so pretty already.
But also, I'm ready for her to be done. And I think I've really, I've left her to the end of the month. I've just been dragging my feet on her. I don't want to work on her, but I'm going to. I'm going to do it.
It'll be worth it when she's done.
Yes. And then that will be 13, but I had 14 things on my list this month. So I will also be working on Nevermore from Leela's Studio.
Ooh.
And I started this last year. I was trying to see if my fabric. It's Picture This plus Feldspar, and I'm using 36 count. I have a teeny tiny little start. So that's my start. This is how wide it will be. I'm using all the called for colors. Feldspar is just a really pretty fabric.
I like that one a lot.
So, and this is just one strand, which that makes it fun to stitch with. And
right.
Yeah, that's always good. And this one I have in a bag from Judy's Project Bags and More. Look at this.
Ooh, that's fun.
And inside she even, I love that. It's almost just the inverse. So
fun.
Those will be my two. Plus, I need to get my 1,000 stitches in on Life After Death.
Yeah, see, I need to do Death by Cross Stitch this month, but it may just wait until next month. I may double up, but that's okay.
I did finish I did finish the 300 stitches I had left over from last month. So I've worked a little bit on it, but I really want to get back to it.
Yeah.
I'm almost up to the very top, making sure that it all matches up there.
So exciting.
And then I'll be stretching across the bottom to see if I can get to the other side.
Nice.
So.
Well, we'll just race each other to the end, to the corners.
Well, I think I have a little bit of an advantage.
Little bit. I've already made it to one corner though.
I have the top marked. I just have to make sure. And I think I probably now have fewer than 20 rows, maybe even fewer than 10 rows to make sure that I really got it counted in there accurately
Right.
and that it'll work. So
Oh no, you'll definitely beat me in this race.
you're so funny. But that is all I have this week. How about you?
Yeah, that's all I have. It's been a good week. It's been a good
So we had lots of fun shenanigans yesterday.
Yes, all the fun shenanigans. And we've rambled a lot today.
We have. So the
Yeah.
only thing that's left to say is bye.
Bye. Have a good week.